Why would you want to do something that you know darn well could kill you?
I had never wanted to do anything else. I never ever wanted anything as much as I want racing.
Why?
It's born in me, bred in me, I reckon. Ain't nothing like going fast at Daytona. You don't have to worry about letting off or cracking the gas. You can just go. And it's just the biggest thrill I've ever had.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Daytona, folks. This is going to be an absolute blast, and we're going to be seeing some of the fastest cars iRacing has to offer right here with Goat Locker Media for the Daytona 150, 60 laps here at Daytona in the 87 cars, folks. It's going to be an absolute blast, and we cannot wait to give it to you here this evening. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Got Logan Thrakill up here in the booth with me, and as always, Eddie Smith producing here as well. Logan, I'm telling you, buddy, I am absolutely pumped. You got the whole afro, whatever the hell that is. What is that right there on your head? What is all that?
It's what the kids nowadays call flow. It's, gotta have the mullet going. Iconic 80s hairstyle. Let's go.
Well, I mean, if you saw my hair, honestly, there's no way. I would literally have to have a wig on my head. I mean, I am just straight up bald like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's just how bald I am. But, buddy, I mean, how have you been? It's been a while. We talked, a while back and everything else. But, buddy, I'm so pumped up right here because I love being a part of Goat Locker, and I'm so happy to be back a part of them for this season.
Dude, it's going to be a blast. I am so excited to work with you, Jake. You're a legend in the broadcasting community, so to be alongside here with you for this series specifically, it's going to be just so fun all season long.
Well, I don't know about legend. Now, you might be going a little bit too far with that one, but anyway, but I do appreciate the kind words on that. There's the schedule right there, folks, what we got coming up here for the summer schedule for the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 series. Old Daytona, not the new one. This one's going to be bumpy as all get out. Logan will be talking about that in a second. But then you got literally a bunch of old school tracks right here, Logan. Rockingham, Charlotte, Talladega. Everybody knows I love Talladega. Darlington, Wilkesboro, Dover, and then finish it off at Old Atlanta. I mean, what a schedule right here for this summer series.
Well, it's going to be bumpy tonight. It's going to get even more bumpy next week. So that's just great overall schedule. Can't complain about it one bit. 2.5 miles around here at Daytona International Speedway, and of course that iconic 31 degrees of banking in the corners. Track record set back here by the Elliott machine, 210 miles per hour. And of course, the late, great Dale Earnhardt Sr. taking home 34 wins in his career here.
Yeah, and obviously one of those was the big one back in 1998, where he won the Daytona 500, his only Daytona 500 victory in his career. Seeing a couple of them out here making some qualifying laps. And folks, these 87 cars, these suckers right here, they will absolutely fly. If you've never been in these on the iRacing service, I'm telling you, you got to hold on to these things. Because, and Logan, I'm sure you drove them as well. These suckers are fast. I mean, they are going well faster than what the next-gen cars would be racing here at Daytona here today. I mean, just absolute blazing speeds. And they're, I mean, honestly, going to be 20 mile an hour faster when they get in the draft here later on in the 60-lap race.
We've got a whole fleet of race cars ready to go out here, and they're already doing well over 200 miles an hour just in their qualifying effort. I'm seeing numbers across the board, anywhere from 205 to 208. And just like you said, as soon as we get a couple of them stacked up, expect that number to be up there, 215 to 220.
And another thing about these cars, though, also, folks, that there is no power steering in these things. I mean, they're going to have to really manhandle these cars. See them right there wiggling all over the place, trying to keep that car straight. Got it right up on the wheel and diving off right here into turn 1. 31 degrees of banking. You see them right there poking off of turn 4 as well. This is Chance Taylor in the 14 working his way. Cool little cam we got right here with the visor looking deal. Real old school throwback. Hits the line. Chance Taylor in the 14 pops him a lap up. Actually, he's actually on his warm-up lap, so we'll see what he can do. And there you see up there at the top left, these guys got about another minute in qualifying right now here at Daytona with Chance Taylor working his way off turn 2.
Luckily, it's going to be a pretty cool night out here tonight, Jake. 67 degrees in the air, only 86 degrees on the track. Clear skies, but look at that wind, 15 miles an hour. That's going to help that speed a whole lot. And then just that 1% humidity. So pretty ideal race conditions here for today, aside from that massive gust of wind.
Yeah, that wind, it'll throw them for a loop big time, especially right there. Really throw them off, especially right there going into the corners. Could really upset the balance of these 87 cars. Could really throw them a little bit sideways. And another thing about these two, Logan, I've took a couple of test laps. I've run a couple of official races here on this surface. I'm telling you, these guys, they are going to have their hands full. You look at them right there in qualifying, Logan, you see them kind of just driving it. Look like they're kind of holding it steady somewhat going through 3 and 4. But in the end, as bumpy as this place is, because this is the old version, not back when, the repave and what we know as of it now. It's not that. This place right here, when they're getting in the draft and everything, believe it or not, the speeds that they're going to be carrying, Logan, they're going to have to actually lift off of the gas going into the corners. If they don't, they're going to eat the right front tire up. They're going to eat the tires up and eventually get tight and start heading up toward the wall.
Yeah, that's what you have to be worried about the most there. But it looks like qualifying's all wrapped up. Jake, what do you say we get into our grid?
Yeah, absolutely. Cannot wait to get into the grid. And starting on the pole, the Jam Printing and Promotions Pole Award winner is Peter Cementina. I probably butchered that name, but I got a feeling we're probably going to have to get that name right eventually because he's the only one to hit a 43.7 out of all of them in qualifying. Devin Smith will be starting on the outside of the front row. Daniel Parks and Jake Ham, they're going to make up that second row, third and fourth respectively. Then you got Jamie Liebke will start in the fifth spot with Ken Huber starting in P6. How about this? 39, big dog Brandon Evans here tonight. He'll roll off from P7 to his outside. David Calvert will roll off in P8. Casey Jones is going to be in the 9th spot, rounding out the top 10. It's Michael McCarthy in the 3.
And back here in the 11th spot, it's that number 4 of Mike Browning next to the 86 of Timothy Wilms. Next up behind them, it's Jacob Linke in the 37 and James Goshen in the 085. Skylar Daly in the 22 next to the 33 of Tyler Justice make up 15th and 16th. 17th will go to Brock Price in the 43. And 18th will be the 99 of Brandon Wallace. Last but not least, in the top 20, it's the 63 of Tyler White, next to the 80 of Kevin Price.
And Zachary Menace will start in the 21st spot. To his outside, the big guns, Chuck Phelps. Charles Phelps going to be starting in 22nd. There's Chet Taylor way back here in P23. To his outside will be Christopher Morse Jr. will be rolling off from P24. The man, the myth, the legend, out of Goat Locker, Patrick Travick will be rolling off from P25. To his outside will be Charles Stevens in P26. And rounding out the field will be Noah Hogard. He will be in the 27th spot. One man that we just saw there for a second, honestly, Logan, is Tyler White. You saw him back there in the 19th spot. And Tyler White is the recipient of a sim rig from Goat Locker. Obviously, he is the Warrior Spotlight. And Tyler White has served in the United States military for 10 years as a avionics technician. It's one of them technicians out there for the military, but his duty stations include Cherry Point, North Carolina, as well as Kanawha Bay, and recruiting in Indiana. And we are proud to have Tyler as a member of Goat Locker Racing. Well, buddy, I'm telling you right now, 60 laps. It's going to get good right here, Logan. And obviously, these suckers, believe it or not, they do turn into airplanes when they might get spun around. We could see a couple of them upside down when this thing's all said and done.
You can almost guarantee we're going to see some flight had today. And here's a big thing for you to remember. No lucky dogs or waiver rounds in 1987. So this is going to be a whole kind of different rule set. We'll get into that as the race goes on, break things down for you. Jake, we're looking to come out of turn 4 here, get this thing rolling.
Absolutely. Pace truck is working its way through 3 and 4 with Samantha up here on the front row with Devin Smith right on his outside. Well, folks, the wait is over. The Summer Series with Goat Locker is underway. Cruisin Classics Retro 87 Series is underway. Green flag is in the air. You have a virtual race. Samantha up here on the front row. Devin Smith up on the top side. Here comes Daniel Parks down on the inside lane. Jake Hammer started 4th. Switch lanes, went from the top, jumped down to the bottom, and they're working their way off turn 2.
Already getting a little bit of a lead here. We're going to see Sminetta come up to the top lane. And down the backstretch we go. Here's where we're going to start really seeing the speed come into play. Already over 200 miles an hour, and we're still not quite grouped up yet down into turn 3. It's Daniel Parks in the lead.
Jake Ham down there on the bottom side trying to roll down here, and they actually got around Samantha, so Samantha will get kicked back to the 3rd, now battling for the 2nd spot. Here we go, Devin Smith trying to rock and roll up here on that top side as well. Give that first lap to Daniel Parks. All your favorite drivers will be lined up on the left side on the scoring pylon, but here comes Samantha, started on the pole. He's trying to go for the lead off turn 2.
Highline's going to give him some momentum here. He's got the advantage coming down the back stretch. Daniel Parks holding on right where he's at, getting a big push now from Jake Ham on the bottom. They'll get door to door into turn 3. Parks with the advantage now.
Here goes Parks still down there on the bottom side. Samantha still up top 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Now Samantha gets out just a little bit. He will get clear, but for how long? Not yet. Here comes Parks down on the inside, getting the shove from Jake Ham. Right behind Samantha, you got the 25, Devin Smith back here as well. Jamie Lemke up here with Ken Huber. A lot of them looking like they're getting a little sideways going through 1 and 2 right there, Logan.
It's only going to get worse as the race goes on. That tire wear will come into play whenever you're going, that 210 miles an hour through the corners. Just like you said, any sort of a push, it's going to end up being a push to the wall here if they keep the pace up.
Yeah, I mean, you see them up there working their way around Daytona International Speedway, and up front, Samantha trying to get around the 70 of Parks. Parks thought about jumping up, putting the block, not able to do it. Here comes Samantha on the top side. Ham trying to get Parks clear and maybe jump up in front of Samantha and try to go for it, but still a long way to go, Logan. Lap 4 of 60 here tonight at Daytona.
And here we go with some more rules. The 1987 Winston Cup point system in place for this season. So that's going to be 175 points for a win, 5 bonus points for leading a lap, and also 5 bonus points for leading. And they're wrecking here. Big hit to the outside wall.
Damn, Samantha hit the wall hard. Right front tire is straight up gone on that race car. Everybody ducking, dodging, trying to get away. No caution yet on the speedway as Parks is going to get away clean. They are sliding right here in 3 and 4. No caution yet on the speedway, but Samantha is in big trouble back there.
He's got to get it off the track here. They're coming back down the back stretch here out of turn 2. And it appears now we've got a late caution on the track.
You see it right there. There it was right there. Bam! Hard impact. A little bit of a bad bump draft gone wrong right there. It looked like Samantha just got tagged in the rear end. It just got sent up to the wall. I mean, that draft is very effective, even in these 87 cars, Logan. But it looked like, I mean, the guy that was right there behind Samantha, which was obviously Devin Smith, it looked like he was trying to get out of the gas. He wasn't expecting that draft to suck up that fast. But, I mean, he just couldn't get out of the gas. I mean, he honestly couldn't get out of the gas fast enough.
Yeah, and sometimes even when you do get out of the gas, you still keep that closure rate going in. You can see it really scrambled a lot more drivers up ahead. It seems like most of them were able to collect it, however. So the big loser here being I believe it's Smetana. Peter Smetana.
Let's go with that. Let's go with Smetana. We'll go with that one. And there you see right there, it will end up probably going to Dale Jr.'s race car graveyard, to be honest with you, is how bad that thing's tore up. Hood's gone, right front tire's gone. Odds are he will be done unless he jumps in there. They do have one fast repair that they can use to their advantage. So Samantha may end up getting back out there, or Smetana. We'll get it figured out one way or another, folks. But, Logan, are we expecting 4 tires and fuel to come down right here with just how bad the tire wear is on these cars?
It's still really early to say that could be a possibility. I would say most likely not. But, it's going to be definitely a fuel stop. At least top off on fuel. Tires are questionable.
Well, odds are looks like every single one of them is going to come down right here. We'll see what a lot of them do. Obviously, Daniel Parks will lead them in with Jake Ham right behind him. Jamie Libke will be the third one to jump in. And everybody is going down, getting 4 freshies right here. And they'll send it back out here. As one driver looked like he dropped the jack. He is gone. That is Kid Huber. He will beat them all off pit road. Brandon Evans comes out as well. 2 tires right here on the right side for those guys. Looks like that will be your front row when we come back for a restart. Well, folks, while we've got the opportunity here with this caution, let's step aside. Let you hear from some of our great sponsors. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the Cruisin' Classics Retro 87 series here on Goat Locker Racing Media.
What news of the Earthling?
Totally high tech, sir.
Indeed. How?
Check out this Casio watch. This new Casio Pulse watch checks your pulse rate.
Not bad for a Zog my age.
Casio's new databank watch remembers up to 50 phone numbers, dates, hey, whatever.
Amazing.
Yeah, they've got more new watches than you can shake a board at.
Splendid. I can always use another Casio.
They do a lot more than just tell time.
Mom's magic meatloaf is weighing on you like a ton of bricks. Send the bubbles bottles of Alka-Seltzer to the rescue. Because speed is what you need to lift the heaviness off your stomach and relieve your heartburn and pounding headache fast. So for fast relief, let the bubbles rise to the occasion. Alka-Seltzer to the rescue. Try extra strength Alka-Seltzer. More of what you take Alka-Seltzer for.
I feel good. Time to go, boys. You've been in there long enough.
Hey, we're not even tired. I feel good.
So I've checked the mileage, Andy.
Hey, we're the order line. We're guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I feel good. Yeah, 2 years no matter how far we go.
But no spark plug guarantees that.
We do. Yeah, we're the auto line. So go pull the plug on somebody else.
And folks, we're back here at Daytona for the Cruisin' Classics Retro 87 Series here on Goat Locker Racing Media. Folks, I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Going to be a good one here tonight as well. Folks, real quick, you see everybody lined up right there. How this is old school, just like Logan was talking about just a second ago. The lap down guys, they're going to be on the bottom. Everybody else is single file up top. It's not that double file stuff that we see in today's racing. So Logan, they're going old school 9-way Sunday all the way. They are literally old school all the way.
If you're going to do it, Jake, you got to do it right. And this is how you get it done. We got 3 of them stacked up here on the bottom. That's going to be the 25 of Devin Smith leading the way. I saw the 33 of Tyler Justice catching up. And, of course, the 24 of Peter Smetana, who I think we've got the name right now. And we've got, of course, our race leader, the 40 of Ken Huber up on the top row, followed up by Brandon Evans, Casey Jones, Jacob Linke, and Brock Price making up your top 5 for this restart. Let's see what they can do here. This will be the first restart of the race. Everybody on some fresh tires. At least 2. What do you have in mind here, Jake?
I have absolutely no idea. We're all just kind of sitting back here with a cold one in our heads, watching and just waiting to see what's fixing to pop off. We're going to see another wreck like we did just a couple of laps ago. Green flag is in the air. Ken Huber up here on that front row. Remember, folks, the guys down on the bottom side, there is no lucky dogs. So these guys lap down. They actually got to get up there, get in front of the leader, and race to get their lap back. Little shoving going on. Brandon Evans trying to jump down in behind Huber. Huber goes to the bottom. Evans up top off 2.
So big wiggle there coming out of the corner. But look at this. We've got one of those lap cars that's ahead. That's going to be the 25 of Devin Smith. We'll see if he can keep it up there ahead of that 40. See if that caution flag flies one more time. Nearly 3 wide behind. He's going to back out and 1 in the wall.
Oh, baby, they are all over the place back here. And, folks, I mean, the handling on these cars, granted, they're freshies, but they're going in excess of over 215 miles an hour, shooting down into turn number 1. Up front, Brandon Evans trying to go after Huber. Evans up top, Huber down the bottom. No drafted help. Evans got the help.
He's going to fall back through the field now. Nobody's going to look to take that bottom line as it's the 39 of Evans running away with it here in tow from the 25. Still keeping that car on the lead lap, or at least 1 lap left. Look how much this rig is shaking for Brandon Evans on the InVets in-car camera here. It is wild to see this, especially on a full motion rig. He's going to end up with whiplash here between just Old Daytona and Rockingham next week.
There is no way in hell I would do that, Logan. Could not do that right there. Just how beaten it is right there. I mean, and not only that, he's trying to fight the wheel. He's got the whole thing rocking all over the place. Folks, that's just what these 87s here at Daytona will do to you. Not only the 87s, but I mean, throw a truck out there for the Craftsman Truck Series trucks. Throw them out there. Throw an Indy car. Oh, that'd be an interesting one. Throw some Indy cars out here at Old Daytona. You would really see some serious stuff there. But Hubert down the bottom side, not real sure how bumpy his rig is, but Evans almost give him a little
wrecking out of turn 4.
Too wide. They're wrecking coming out of turn 4, Logan.
The 43 made his way down pit road here. The 63, I think, got wrapped up in it, hit the wall before pit road entry. We got Brock Price making his way down pit road. I think maybe getting a little bit of repairs done. Oh, the 4 Browning just got doored. So the Browning's going to have big damage here. Devin Smith up into the wall. That's kind of what threw everything awry here.
Damn, he hit the wall hard right there. Still under green. Devin Smith, who started on the outside of the front row, is in big trouble. Probably already used his fast repair from that last accident, and he is probably done for the evening. How about Skylar Daly up here at the front? Trying to battle it out. Started 15th down to the inside of Brandon Evans. Jacob Linkey back here started 13th. And how about Christopher Morse Jr. in the 81 down on the bottom side? He started 24th tonight, Logan. He's already cracked the top 5.
That's good pace to have here. Maybe that 2-tire strategy is we're going to have a potential at 3 wide. Thinks better of it. Keeps it right there behind the 40 of Huber. Daly looking to challenge up here for the lead. Doesn't quite have the opening that's needed here. On board with the 81 of Christopher Morse Jr. now. Keep an eye right here. See how tight this battle gets up here between the 4 cars just ahead of him.
Yeah, not only that, but I mean, look up here at the front. I mean, you got one guy up here, which obviously was your pole sitter here tonight, which is Smintana. Logan, you got it better than I got on his name, but honestly, I need to get his damn name right. He's up here leading the pack. Granted, he is 1 lap down, but at the same time, he's up here leading at all this. We got one spinning back here, Jacob Linkey, and the 37 spinning around back here. But Peter is up here leading everybody, trying to keep it straight. There's the 37 going around, almost got airborne, hit the inside retaining wall.
That was almost that blowover that everybody's so accustomed to with this car. We'll see it on board now. Coming out of 2, tags the wall just enough. Doesn't collect anybody else, though. But it's going to be big damage here from that hit to the inside wall. There goes the front bumper. Front left quarter panel gone. That front left suspension has to be just toast.
Oh, boy, check this out right here. A couple of lap guys right here.
Oh.
Whoa, baby. Everybody trying to race it out for the lead. A couple of them slower cars. Now 3 wide back here behind them. 81, Christopher Morse Jr. smack dab in the middle of that. Baby, they are all over the place. And I mean, and that's one thing you got to watch out for, Logan, especially in these cars. I mean, you're on bumpy Daytona. You're going 215 going in the corners. You're having a left. You don't want to blow the right front tire off of it, sliding up, and then, oh yeah, guys are a little bit slower, just trying to stay with everybody. Then you catch them going into a corner. I mean, you got to be on your toes all the time when you're racing here.
And you have to think, these are the biggest body car that you will see on the iRacing service. It's really hard to see around this thing whenever you're tucked in behind. So if you're not paying 100% attention to what's going on ahead of you, as you can see, you got a little bit of a view through the windshield of the car in front of you, but it can still get very tight like we just saw that 3 wide action. And it looks like, oh, big wreck into 1. 1's in the wall. That's the 3, I believe, there of McCarthy. Oh, and another gets collected. Amy Lipke in that one.
Oh my God, they was all shooting through right there, Logan. They were 3 wide shooting by them, and they was on the apron. But Michael McCarthy was the first one that actually initiated all this. There you see throwing it back. Little Alan Kowicki looking paint scheme right there for McCarthy with the Hooters. Oh, wow, he got to the inside of what looked like the 32 from what we saw. And then look at that right there. Wheels going everywhere, fenders everywhere. There's McCarthy. There they went 3 wide by and damn near T-boned him. Whew. Oh, man, Logan, I'm sorry. I get excited when we go to Daytona when we see kind of this stuff right here. I do.
That looked like every crash scene from the movie Days of Thunder for sure. Just no lift whatsoever from that entire pack.
He tried to lift.
Big hit for Lipke.
He was turning. It just didn't turn. That was the problem. And then here comes the 3 wide shooting right by them. I'm sure they will be. All 3 of them will probably go buy them a lottery ticket when this thing's all said and done, because they could have been caught up in that, and it could have been a lot worse than what it was. But there's Ken Huber up here at the front. Brandon Evans up here as well. Remember, Logan, both of those guys, they took 2 tires on that last pit stop. to get some track position and jump up here to lead this thing. And so far, honestly, it's paying off for him.
It's working out, but now that we're about a third of the way through the race, once we get going green again, we will be a third of the way through this race. You know, it's those inside tires, they're still getting heated up pretty well too, just as much as the outside tires in some cases, but we're going to see just about everybody here in the top 5 bring it down. Looks like Moore's going to follow. Huber leading them down pit road.
And odds are, we could see another 2-tire pit stop, could see 4 tires right here. Only time will tell. See which brave soul decides they wanted to stay out on the racetrack. Some of them may just end up just trying to take the wave around. Looks like Ham up here, Jake Ham, looked like he actually every single one of them jumped down pit road. There's Daniel Parks in the 70. Everybody on the lead lap jumping down pit road. The ones that stayed out, they're trying to get the wave around and get back on the lead lap. Looks like Chance Taylor might have pulled that 2-tire strategy in the 14. So Chance Taylor, he's going to shoot out ahead of every single one of them and work his way down the apron and get caught back up to the pace car. So Chance Taylor will lead them to the green with Ken Huber starting on his outside. Folks, we'll take another quick commercial break. Thanks to our great sponsors here with Goat Locker. We'll be right back here at Daytona.
10%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
And folks, we're back here at Daytona. You just saw right there, great commercial for Cruisin Classics. And Cruisin Classics is located in Columbus, Ohio. Cruisin Classics has a beautiful 56,000 square foot showroom filled with hundreds of unique automobiles that you just saw right there. There is something for everybody. Out of their hand-picked selection of muscle cars and hot rods. Come on down to visit the facility today in Columbus, Ohio, and check out their website at cruisinclassicsinc.com. And proud to have them, such a great sponsor here with Goat Locker for the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 series, folks. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and bring it on again. Green flag back in the air. Up front, Chance Taylor with Ken Huber right behind him. Christopher Morse Jr. started 24th in the field, up here sitting in third. Jess Taylor, he started right beside of him when this whole thing kicked off. Evans, Daly, the top 5 as they work their way through 1 and 2.
As you notice, there's a whole lot more drivers there on that bottom line. A lot more lapped cars now. It's 17th on back. Will be a lap down, starting out with that 24 of Peter Smetana, Jacob Linke, Jamie Libke, Michael McCarthy, other drivers in there. Here goes Ken Huber on the inside around Chance Taylor. Will he slide up in front here on corner exit? No, he's going to keep it low. This is going to give Taylor a chance to get a big run around the outside, and he does.
Damn, they both about come together right there coming off of turn 4. Taylor up top. Now Morse Jr. will latch right on to him. Brandon Evans in the 39. He'll jump up in behind Huber. Taylor gets tired. Evans fits into it. Morse Jr.'s in it. Taylor, half the field piling up going into turn 1. And we got another caution. Big there behind one flipping end over end. Whoo, baby. I think he just spilled his beer on that one right there, Logan.
I don't think there's any beer left to be spilled after the first couple of hits there. That's Jacob Linke going for an absolute ride of a lifetime.
My goodness, there's Christopher Morse Jr. We saw him. Fantastic strategy out of the 81 to get up there at the front. And he has no right front tire at all on the front end. Actually, yeah, he does. It's just steering's just straight up went to crap, I guess you could say, on that 81. Here we go again. Morse Jr. lined up right up behind Taylor. Never touched it. Taylor just gets loose right there going into turn 1. Something that you will see out of these 87s. They just snap loose, and then after that, everybody's just piled in. There you see Lemke back there. The 37 just goes up in the air, end over end, side over side. And then everything finally calms down, but I mean, Logan, it's just like, it's like a tornado, basically. I mean, once it hits, it's there, and then it just leaves a path of destruction.
Yeah, I can certainly attest to that with the weather we've been having lately. Here's an onboard view from Zachary Menace, as he's going to work his way almost through it, and then he's the one that sends that 37 up in the air. Somebody's hood went flying, too, about 50 feet up.
Hate to see that for some of these guys. Oh boy, hide your kids. Hide your kids. You don't want them to see this right here. This is some straight up PG-13 violence. Check this out. I mean, just end over end. Hood barely staying on that thing. One flew way up in there. Would have been high enough to go over literally the light poles out there coming off of turn 1 and 2. And a bunch of them just sitting right there. A couple of them even backing out. But, I mean, Logan, that's, normal, I guess you could say, these 87s. I've snapped loose in these suckers plenty of times where you just go in the corner and just the back end just steps out on you. But, yeah, I mean, you're basically along for the ride at that point.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, especially when you've got 20 other cars barreling in at 200 miles an hour. These brakes back in 1987 weren't all that great, Jacob, but, it's what they had. They made do with it. They just made the cars faster.
Well, they done the best that they could. I guess some of them trying to drive through there and trying to make something happen with basically whatever that they can. One driver jumping off a pit road right there, coming around through 1 and 2. That is Brandon Evans, who started 7th. And he is up here, just cracked up here inside the top 5. Let's see if we can bring Mr. Evans up here real quick. Maybe have a little word with our good buddy Brandon. I ain't talked to Brandon in a good while. We'll see if we can bring him up here. Brandon Evans, buddy, we got you up here in the Goat Locker Racing Media booth, buddy. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Hope you got.
How is it out there?
Bumpy is all get out. trying to hold on like hell to the wheel and dodge race cars and everything else. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. This track's nuts.
Well, Brandon, I've talked to you a couple of times, and obviously, we were showing off your sim rig a minute ago. Have you thought about when you go down to actually get 4 fresh tires, have you ever thought about going in there, maybe turning that damn thing down a couple of notches? Because it looks like you're trying to hold on to the wheel, and you're also trying to hold on to the seat so you don't fall out of it.
No, I got my back fully against the seat. I'm not turning it down for nothing. It's at 100. It's just, the only thing I do turn down is the force feedback, as I feel like it's a bit unrealistic to what I had it set at. So I do turn that down so I can just manage the car and adjust the steering ratio and stuff. But no, the rig, that stays at 100. That gives you the best experience. I think it puts on a good show. I'm 100% sweaty and tired and body sore at the end of this thing. So just try to win it here.
Logan, you got anything for Brandon before we send him on?
Well, we see he's obviously got a full notion rig. I'm just curious, Brandon, if we get you in a blowover, do you have your seatbelt on?
Hey, man, you know what? I'm just going to hold on and pray. I ain't got no seatbelt. No Hans device, no seatbelt. No power steering. Let's go.
Praise hail, praise Dale.
Yes, sir.
He's throwing it back on. Let's go down wasted Sunday. All right, Brandon.
All right,
Good
buddy,
luck,
you got
buddy. Try to survive out there one way or another.
Hey, you got it. Thanks, guys.
And was Brandon Evans sending him back on down to where he is at with his team, obviously with Save 22 Vet. And good actually time to talk about them, matter of fact, because they are another great sponsor here with Goat Locker. Save 22 is a 501c3 organization dedicated to preventing suicide among veterans, active duty personnel, and first responders. Our unwavering mission extends to our 4 critical pillars: shield, assist, volunteer, educate, save. So go check out Save 22, and proud to have them as a sponsor here with Goat Locker. And I'll say this real quick, Logan, before we go back, you know, talking about save and everything else. I think all these guys need to do is save. They need to be, what's that word? Save and survive at this point. Just save the car and just try to be there at the last 5 laps.
Yeah, we're just down to 13 cars on the lead lap now. We've got a couple that have already brought it back behind the wall. We've got some drivers still down in pit road trying to get some damage repaired here. But Ken Huber's going to lead us back to the green flag one more time here to start lap 26.
And to his outside will be Casey Jones in the 34. Actually, to his back bumper. See, I'm still on the news still, but right behind him, Huber, Jones, couple of them sliding back there in the back. But Jones going to stay right on the back door of Huber. Price, now Kevin Price. 2 names we haven't talked about yet, though, Logan. With Jones and Price, they're up here mixing it up right here before halfway.
Getting Price in that 80s, worked his way up from the 20th position now to our top 3, being one of the biggest gainers of the race. Chuck Phelps, Chance Taylor have matched that number back there in the 5th and 6th position, respectively. And a lot of shuffling going on right around them here. Oh, man, Chuck Phelps got real close to that wall there with a little bit of assistance from behind, but they got it straightened out here. Coming back down the front stretch, roaring across at 210 miles per hour.
There is Chuck Phelps right there. Show up the big guns real quick. Give us a little bit of muscle action. Come on, there it is. Muscle that bad boy in there. Try to hold on to the 75. Obviously, right there is Chuck Phelps, obviously with the American flag right there in the background. And thank Chuck very much for his service. Is there a I mean, look at that right there. 217 miles an hour going down the back chute, and he still got time to wipe his eye right there, Logan. That is crazy right there to see that.
Well, just a couple weeks ago when we did the old style of Daytona qualifying, we had Chuck Phelps out here running these cars around, same speeds, but he was chewing on a crayon. I thought that was hilarious, and I know Eddie's going to be behind the scenes laughing about that recollection, but doing a great job back up here, now in the top 5 for the 75.
I'm curious what color that crayon was at this point, but there's Chuck Phelps lined up down here as well with Casey Jones right in front of him. Ken Huber, who has been up at the front most of the race. Evans behind him. One driver jumping down to the bottom side. We got a wreck right in behind them.
It's the 3 of McCarthy again. And Chuck Phelps. No.
Man. Chuck is going to be mad when he goes back and watches this one right here, because I think we might have put the commentator curse on him. We showed him. He showed off the big guns, and then he gets caught up in an accident going into turn 3. Watch it again. Logan, what happened right here? Door banging. McCarthy, not clear.
Just not clear, car high. Just couldn't get off of each other after that contact as well. A little bit of a blimp view here for you. As McCarthy makes it 3 wide middle, just A little bit of that door banging. There it is. Phelps came back down just a touch, but man, that's just two race cars going for the same spot on the track. No more room. Oh, they stacked up behind them too. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it looked
Had
like
a couple
everybody was
more
trying
get
to
wrapped
make.
up.
Well, Logan, it looked like they was trying to make evasive action. There's Timothy Williams in the 86. Might have got stacked up in this as well. Kind of see what in the world happened right here. They see all this. Well, they're thinking, well, they actually look like Williams actually hit the brakes and somebody arca brake behind him and nailed him right in the back end. And then he gets hit in the back end again. He may end up wanting to go get him some whiplash insurance after all that right there. But you hate to see that for some of those guys because Logan, you know this. You've been a part of it. Eddie's been a part of it. Everybody's been a part of it that's been on iRacing. It's when you get arca braked. And it sucks because you're trying to lift, you see the wreck, and then somebody else is not able to see it. And then they just drive in there and just get you in the back end, and then it ends your race, or at least makes you have to burn a faster pair.
Yeah, I know that feeling all too well. Very, very recently at that. But, it's just the price you pay. As I mentioned earlier, these are big body cars. They're really hard to see around. If you don't have that view set just right, then it can really throw things off. But well, we've got a couple calm moments here. Why don't we send it back to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back here to restart this race on lap 32.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, hold tight a little longer, be close a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness melts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
This bud's for all that you do.
Today a landscaper, tomorrow a college student. Yep. Finally took your advice, Mike.
You taught him.
Already you're smart.
All you knew. They say he's a lot like you. Yeah, you make America work, and this bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
To a future architect. And to a brother who made it possible.
This bud's for you.
Another one of life's little problems.
We've got 3 TVs, so everyone's happy, right? No. See, everybody wants to watch the TV with cable, so we work out this schedule. On Mondays, my wife Judy gets 9 to 3, I get 5 to 7. Tuesdays, I get 5 to 7, Judy gets 7 to 9. Wednesdays, the kids flip a coin to...
The simple solution.
I called my cable company and ordered additional hookups. So for just a few extra bucks, I can have cable on every TV in the house. So now I can watch what I want, Judy can watch what she wants.
Make it easy on yourself with an additional hookup. Call today.
We are back here at Daytona. Oh, baby, we've been honestly, Logan, we have been 100% treated. We've been treated to a good one right now, honestly. Even though we had the wrecks and we had the cautions and everything, which a lot of people, honestly, they love that. But so far, here through the first half of this race, I feel like it's a good one. I mean, what do you think about it?
I think that the only thing we're short of just a classic 1987 race is just the traditional blowover. We've yet to see one go end over end just from getting backwards. I think once we see that, pretty well every single check mark has been made.
Yeah, and we get a blowover. We are going to have to somehow or another, somebody somewhere is going to be keying up Leonard Skinner Freebird. Somebody is going to be keying that bad boy up when we get one up in the air. But let's set it up for you folks right here for we'll go ahead and call it the top 12 because the top 12 is the only ones that's on the lead lap. And Ken Huber right now will lead them off of turn number 4, getting ready for a restart. Kevin Price will be behind him. Jake Ham up here in the third spot. James Goshen, haven't talked about him all race long. He's sitting up here in fourth. Brandon Evans is in fifth. Daniel Parks, Casey Jones, Brandon Wallace, Chuck Felds, Timothy Williams, the top 10 with Charles Stevens and David Calvert, the top 12 on the lead lap. As we get back into the restart zone, green flag is in the air. Hubert getting the shove from the lap car behind him, which was your pole center of Cementana right behind him. He is all over his back door, just damn near shoving him through 1 and 2 and hitting the back chute.
You've got to at this rate. As you can see, we're starting to get fanned out. Now we're starting to stack up here, do a little bit of 2x2. After that restart, Goshen has made his way down to the bottom. I apologize, not Goshen, that's Jake Ham back there. Goshen's the 085. More movement up here in the front. Huber gets down to the bottom now. Trying to get around, but Smetana does not want to let that position go. Right now, he is back on the lead lap as the 13th car, just ahead of Ken Huber. Will he be able to hold on to that position here before that next yellow flag makes its way out onto the track?
Yes, Montana doing a fantastic job up here at the front. He is now back on the lead lap, being the unlucky 13th driver on the lead lap. But now Huber will oblige, jump in behind him and give him the shove. Then they get out of the gas. Here comes Price down on the bottom side, slides up, tries to jump back down, and car number 80 right behind them all. Brandon Evans, Daniel Parks, they're up here trying to make something work as well. Jake Ham also up here as well. But Smantana got his lap back. Huber gets clear. He doesn't want Smantana to get back on the lead lap. He's going to drive right around him and put him another lap down.
That window of opportunity, he's got to get back ahead of the 40, but it's not going to be easy. Right back up to that top lane goes Huber. Now here he goes to the inside. Smetana door to door here down the back stretch, but he has no help behind.
I mean, and Logan, you got to think about this for a second, because they want to try to get around Smetana because they want to make sure that he stays a lap down and he does not get back on the lead lap, because if he does, he's up here, he's racing with the leaders, he's set on the damn pole. There is a good possibility that this is another guy that they will have to contend with if he gets back on the lead lap. So that's why you see these guys, Brandon Evans, Huber, Parks, Ham, all these guys now 3 wide right there. Evans just straight up just shipped Hubert to the top side. But I think that's why everybody's wanting to get around Smetana. That way they won't have to deal with him right here in the last part of this race.
And near contact coming from Daniel Parks on the inside of Smetana. He's going to hold on to it, though. Here comes that 39 of Evans once more. Jake Ham right behind on that bottom row. Who's it going to be? Who's going to get the advantage here before that yellow flag comes out again? Will we see it go green to the end?
Very good possibility. I mean, we'll see how that ends up playing out for these guys. Maybe get a caution, may run green the whole time. And then another thing, Logan, if it does run green, tire wear, that will come into play. Who's been saving their tires? Who's been driving the hell out of them and burnt the tires up? I mean, we'll see what happens out of all that. But right now, Smetana leading the top side. Daniel Parks all the way down to the bottom side, all the way down in the cellar where Grandpappy hides the moonshine from Grandma. He's trying to get that bottom lane rolling, but Smetana and Evans, they're trying to roll the top side.
That top side's got speed every time they come off of turn 2 or 4. Door to door down into 1. Oh, contact here in the third row. Sends the 81 up to the wall. It's going to get straightened out, though. Sideways behind him, however, that bottom line getting a little squirrely.
Evans, whoa, boy, he got squirrely. He thought about jumping to the middle, jumped back up, went in behind Smetana up here for the lead. And now it's Parks and Evans with the lead trying to go at it. Ham right in behind them. Casey Jones back here with Kevin Price. Price actually had a little door-to-door battle with Brandon Wallace in the 99. We haven't talked about him all damn race long. Now Wallace tried to shoot up here as well, but check it out. Daniel Parks has no friends, nada, zip, nobody going with him. Ham's going to try to go to the top side. Jones going to try to go. He's going to get some help. Christopher Morse Jr. down to the inside. He'll go with him.
Morse breaks away, but here comes that 39 of Evans. He's down on the bottom. Ham follows. They're going to freight train around Smetana. He's back to being a lap down now with a 34 Jones behind, and everybody's back on the bottom line. Almost contact off of 4.
Boy, they're keeping it wrapped right there on that yellow line, trying to see if they can make it stick. Here comes Smetana. He'll jump up on the top side. He's going to go with Evans. Here comes Ham down on the bottom side. Parks lines up right up behind him. May look 3 wide. Smetana's been aggressive up here at the front, but a lap down, racing against the leaders could cause some kind, literally all kinds of damn chaos. But now Evans able to shoot out, squirt out ahead, and now Smetana right behind him. Here comes Morse Jr. up here to battle as well, and Casey Jones, he'll join the battle as well.
That 81 of Morse Jr. 2 laps down, so he's another driver trying to get back up to the lead lap here. He'll fall right in behind the one and only that's up here at the front trying to get it done right now. The next 2 would be Zachary Menace, Chance Taylor, not quite up here in the battle just yet. And it's still door to door, 3 rows deep.
They are heating it up here tonight at Daytona. As up front, Evans still has that lead. Smetana tried to go with him. There you're riding on board right there with James Gossett. Check it out. I mean, he even went old school. He's got the beard going down and everything else. Bearded Wonder. I thought it said Breaded Wonder there for a second. I got it all mixed up. But there he is with James Gossett right here smack dab in the middle of this as well. Brandon Wallace up here as well. Kid Huber tried to battle back up here to the front, but Evans, he got bypassed. Smetana got around him. Here comes Ham down on the bottom side. Evans loses a little bit of help from Morse Jr. Side by side, Evans gets a run going into 1.
Smetana back down to the bottom here, just ahead of Jake Ham. Evans still up on the top. Oh, and a big move from Smetana right back in front of Evans. That's going to fan him out behind. And now we're coming up on the 3 here. Michael McCarthy's going to keep it up high on the track. Does everybody else see him? That's the big question. It looks like everybody's going to get low around that 3 machine. Going to go 1 more lap down.
Yeah, and you hate to see that from Michael McCarthy in the number 3. What a night he could have had in that Hooters race car, but unfortunately it will not play out for him. He'll have to try again next week. Up front, though, Evans still has a shot. Morse Jr. now jumps down to the bottom side. Morse Jr. is 2 laps down. He's trying to get one of those laps back if he can get around Evans. Jake Ham ain't worried about it at all. He don't care who he ends up having to work with, just as long as he gets around a 39 of Evans. Parks will follow Ham. Here they go. They get a run down on the inside. Morse Jr. will jump ahead. He will get one of those laps back. Smetana back on the lead lap. Ham and Evans going at it off turn 4.
2 lap cars battling it out up here at the front of this show. We got Jake Ham. He was getting the 81 a little upset. Evans back to the back door here. Smetana going to push him around here in 1 and 2. Two by 2 here coming down the back stretch. 3 cars stacking up here on the bottom now, and look at that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, you see right there, Parks. I mean, he's just going to roll right here with Ham. They're going to shoot right by Brandon Evans. Evans gets bypassed big time. As I'm watching these guys as far as what they're, how they're going into the quarters, believe it or not, with this retro technology that we have, this retro telemetry that we have all the way back in the 87 series, and they are lifting tremendously. I mean, they got to be hitting the brakes going into the quarter, still around that 200 mile per hour mark, but the tires is gone. Look at this right here. Look at the wheel. Look at him. He's got that damn thing kicked all the way almost to 9 o'clock. That's Brandon Wallace, not Bubba Wallace, but he's got it kicked all the way to the left, just trying to get it to turn, and that's normal here in these cars. Other cars like the truck, Xfinity, Next Gen, whatever, you may not turn the wheel that much. Here in these bad boys, you got to crank that damn thing and get it over the left side. If you don't, then you're going to slide up, you're going to hit the wall. Either that or you're going to take somebody else out up on the top side. But Ham now going up against Evans. And Smetana just trying to stay ahead of both of them and just try to stay on the lead lap.
It's getting real tight up here in the top 3 of this pack. A little bit of a wiggle coming off the corner there. That's going to get some separation between the lanes. Smetana still leading the way. Chris Morse Jr. on that bottom line, getting a big push here from that 85. We've lost a lot of the pack back here, Jake.
Yeah, everybody's gone. Everybody disappeared. But I gotta say this much. I think this is the calm before the storm. If I had to pick, because you got the top 7 up here with James Goshen up here in this mix as well. Top 7 is in this little package you see right here before you. 8th, 9th, Chuck Phelps, David Calvert, Timothy Williams, they're all back here in a little pack all by themselves. They may be sensing that something's fixing to pop off. Honestly, Logan, they may be thinking something's fixing to pop off. They don't want to be in the middle of this, as well as Chuck Phelps, who's already had to burn through one of those fast pairs. He doesn't want to burn through another one. So this may be by design what some of these guys are doing.
It very well could be a very smart play at that, as we are coming around here to bring it to 14 to go here in the season opener. Oh, and sideways goes the 34. Casey Jones across the infield grass. Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord have mercy. He almost backed straight up right in front of everybody and brings out another caution. What happened to the 34 right here in the middle of all this? He gets a little bit loose. What happened? Logan, what happened to him right there? It looked like he just got squirrely and just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, just kind of got a little too sideways there off of turn 4, and then maybe a little bit of assistance during the save. He got bumped there. Yeah, that was got some assistance from the 99 of Brandon Wallace.
See that right there for him. I'm telling you, Casey was up there. Looked like he was going to be possibly a contender here at the end of this thing, but unfortunately, there you see him. He has no right front on that thing. The whole right front is literally dragging across the ground. One thing about it, though, there you see him right there. Did Peter Smetana, was he ahead of the race leaders? It does not look like it, because he would be going past the pace truck right now. So it looks like, Mr. Smetana, he is not going to get back on the lead lap unless you see J Cam right there. If J Cam decides to pit right here, which he probably should, but if J Cam pits right here, then Smetana will get back on the lead lap, and he'll be back up here to mix it up with these boys.
I know Christopher Morse Jr. was able to get 1 lap back here. He's already gone around, starting to catch back up with the back half of the field now. Let's see what the 85 here of Jake Ham does. And closer to that yellow line. There's the turn in. Smetana's going to follow, though.
Yeah, I'm not 100% behind that one. I have absolutely no idea what he's done. I mean, maybe just, well, we talked about it, Logan, as far as the tires go and everything else. I guess he looks at it as the fact that he may as well do it, because if he gets on the old tires, you get a long green flag run, he's screwed. I mean, they're just going to straight up run off and leave him. He's not going to be able to stay with him. So he may be thinking, well, let's get in here, get 4 freshies, send it back out here, and then maybe we can just gas up and we'll be able to carry on, maybe get a lucky break, get a caution right here within the next 5 laps, and we can put ourselves back into it. So we'll see what happens with Smetana right here, see if it happens. But there you see the race off of pit road. Kid Huber was able to beat them all off of pit road. Evans, Parks, Ham, Goshen, the top 5. That's how they will restart here at Daytona. Folks, we'll take another quick commercial break, bring you right back here at Daytona. Don't go anywhere.
Your nearby CarQuest Auto Parts store isn't owned by some big corporation. It's owned by one of your neighbors who really cares about you. As trained, CarQuest qualified counter pros, we're here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. Even the right advice. There's over 2,000 stores like this one across the country with a whole world of parts backed up by the CarQuest coast-to-coast guarantee. CarQuest, America's auto parts giant. Because real value and friendly professional help make CarQuest the right place to buy auto parts.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh yeah.
It's the rhythm on the road. It's the pulse on the street.
Pulse on the street.
City and town, a magic sound. Feel the heartbeat of America.
Chevrolet.
That's today, Chevrolet.
Ooh, the heartbeat of America.
We'll learn.
That's today's Chevrolet.
Well, folks, we are back here at Daytona. Goat Locker Racing Media for the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 Series. Boy, folks, I'm telling you right now, it has turned out to be a straight up dandy. And, buddy, Logan, I don't know. I mean, who you think is going to win this thing? Because Evans has been very, very strong. Ken Huber, he's been up there at the front as well. Parks have. I mean, there's not one driver that we can just sit there and go, you know what, I'm going to pick him. There's a couple of guys right here that's got a good shot to win this thing.
You know, I think I got to go with a wild card here. I'm going to hit that 99 of Brandon Wallace to take this win here tonight. I think that's about time, and it's only fitting here to see the 99 take home the win in the 87 series to open up a brand new summer series.
Well, I tell you what, one driver I do want to pick. I want to pick him, but odds are I'll probably jinx him and he'll get wrecked again. I hate to do it, but I'm going to take that 75. Give me Chuck Phelps. Give me big guns to be able to try to pull it off here tonight. I'm going with a wild card myself. I'm going to shoot for the wild card myself and go with Chuck Phelps. Well, here we go. Pace truck is off. So we are at 10 laps to go. Everybody else is there. You see it. Everybody's single file right here, getting ready for the restart, and we are gone. Green flag back in the air. Ken Huber, Brandon Evans, Daniel Parks, Jake Hammond, James Goshen up here at the front. There you see Parks trying to lift back a little bit, trying to get a run. Maybe Hammond go with him. Nobody went with Ken Huber. He is all by himself. He is going to get freight trained to the back.
That's an immediate loss of 2 positions here, but it looks like he's going to find some sort of speed. A little bit of help coming up now. Looks like that 99 is going to take that top line here. Wallace up to the top 5 now. 3 wide.
Damn it, boy. Give him 3 wide and send it and make it stick. As there they go. Hubert slips back. There's Parks right there to his inside, trying to work on the bottom side. He's got the 085 of Goshen lined up behind him.
Oh, they're wrecking at the start finish.
Chuck Phelps is spinning, cautions out. He gets T-boned, and he is going to be going after me after this one because I picked him. Chuck Phelps. There's Christopher Morse Jr. He's involved as well. Caution is out once again here at Daytona. Chuck, please do not be mad at me. He will be said to be hate mail this evening. He will be jumping down my throat because I put the commentator's curse on him. There's Chuck Phelps. Innocent, very innocent. I got a little tight, got up into the wall, comes down, and then pretty much it is full send. It is on from there. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Casey Jones. Casey Jones, how do you do, sir? That is how you miss a wreck at Daytona, son.
Talk about a wheel man behind the 34. Let's get an outside look at that one now. As you can see everybody flying everywhere. Car spinning back down the track, finds the gap, keeps the hammer down. That 34. What a move right here inside the top 10.
Goodness. I'll bet you right now he may end up going to the pits. right here real quickly, because he made you go get him a clean set of drawers on that one right there, Logan, because that was wow. I mean, that right there, that just does not happen, Logan. It just does not happen. 9 out of 10 times, anybody does that. We're T-boning somebody, somebody T-bones us. 9 out of 10 times it happened. I mean, Casey Jones just slides through there and makes it look easy, to be honest with you. But like I said, I guarantee you, he probably will pit right here and get him a clean set of drawers. Actually, no, he's going to stay out on the racetrack. So I guess he doesn't need to.
Well, hearing from some of the drivers over the race comms, they would have enough time to do that. A lot of comments about how long the pit stop times are in these 87 cars. We are looking about 7 to 8 seconds longer than our modern day Xfinity and Cup car pit stops. So a lot of time to get some extracurriculars done. And I know one of them mentioned an ice cream cone, and kind of looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I would absolutely love me a little vanilla ice cream. Put it on a cone, in a cup, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. It probably wouldn't go good with cold beer. Ice cream doesn't go good with cold beer. So, we may end up having to wait till after I get through drinking a couple, and then we may hit some ice cream afterwards. I tell you what, the man that just made that crazy deal right there, made just that crazy move to shoot through there, Casey Jones. We'll see if we can bring him up here in the booth and kind of get his opinion on Casey. 9 out of 10 times that just don't happen.
Dude, that was like Lightning McQueen kind of stuff. I don't know. I just closed my eyes and drove. Oh my God, that was awesome.
That was your story, and you're sticking to it. You just closed your eyes and you just went.
Did it feel as good as it looked? Or did it look as good as it feels? I don't know. Dude, I'm so speechless right now. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it, because I was saying over the air that I think that there's a good possibility you was going to pit because you need to go get you a clean set of drawers. But then from what we're hearing, you probably could have, because these pit stops are going so long.
Yeah, it's crazy because I hurt here, and unfortunately, I came back up on the track whenever I wrecked and then threw out the caution, but was able to recover, and now I'm an 8, so praying for a big push.
Logan, you got anything for Casey?
I don't have anything for him after that. That pretty well just took the words right out of my mouth. Casey Jones, what a drive through that one. Congratulations there.
Yeah, that is going in my top 10.
I can't say I blame you one bit.
You're going to put that one on the highlight reel, I guess. Casey, buddy, good luck the rest of the race.
Thank you, sir.
We'll slide him up there to... Which group was he in? Yeah, he was in that one. Okay, we'll send him up there in that one, and if we send him up to the wrong one, then we'll find out where he goes on the wrong one, I guess. We'll figure it out. I think I sent him to the right one. I'm not even 100%. I'll have to go double check it. But, Logan, I mean, look, a lot of people's got a lot of different mentalities, especially in these situations right here where it's about 5 to go. A lot of people says full send and go. Others lay back and just let the wreck happen and then try to squirt your way through it. Which one are you? As well,
we're getting stacked up in the back. Well, that's the last thing that you want to do. A little bit of a stack up there. Collected about 3 or 4 cars. We got one sideways still stopped. That's going to be the 63. Finally gets it fired back off and back going on the track. Tyler White, unfortunately, collected here. You can see just a couple stacking up. Starts with up here near the 35. Then you got Smetana got mixed up in it, but the worst of it, the 3 behind.
Yeah, you hate to see that right there out of all that. And it looks like they're still going to gas up and carry on right here. Doesn't look like they're going to extend it. Actually, yeah, I believe they have. Actually, I think the pace lights are still on the pace truck, so they're going to extend it one more lap. But, Logan, back to what I was asking you, what would you do in this situation? Would you be straight up full send, or would you just, lay back and just let everything play out?
It's back here in 1987. It hasn't quite been said yet, but in today's modern world, one of the best quotes, I'm just going to put my foot to the floor and I'm not going to lift until I see God or a checkered flag. And I think that's what you have to do here is we're going to be 4 to go rather, once this thing kicks back off. It's send. You just have to send it.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I mean, I couldn't send it, because if I did send it or whatever, my luck, I'd probably get caught up in the wreck, I guess you could say. Don't want to end up doing anything like that. But I will say this, with Peter Smetana up there, obviously he has been up at the front. He's been racing pretty hard and everything else. He was our Jam Printing and Promotions Pole Award winner. And folks, Jam Printing Promotions, great sponsor here with Goat Locker. And since forming, or Jam Printing Promotions, since forming in 2013, Jam has contributed printing and promotional sponsorships to more than 60 local non-profits with a primary focus on organizations that assist veterans, women, and children. They have been with Goat Locker Racing since the very beginning, local and veteran certified. When they do well, they do good in the community. So thank you very much to Jam Printing and Promotions for their sponsorship here with Goat Locker. And Pace Lots is all, folks. Get your money in, get your picks in out there in the live chat. Let us know. I saw a while ago of around 40, 30, somewhere in that range out there in live chat. Y'all got some thumbs. Y'all can type it out. If you don't got thumbs, use your index fingers. Let us know who you're thinking about here tonight. Who's going to win this thing? Is it going to be Brandon Evans, Jake Hebb, Kid Huber, Daniel Parks, or Brandon Wallace up there in the top 5? Or could it be Chuck Phelps, able to battle back from all of that and get himself back in contention to win here tonight at Daytona? Pace truck looks like it's fixing to pull off and leave him in the hands of the 39 of Brandon Evans. Pace truck is down. There's Barty, the flagman, waving the green flag, and we're back underway. Everybody single file. Evans keeping it up top. Ham, Huber, Parks, Wallace diving it into turn 1.
Now we're going to see him start to fan out here. We've got one looking to that inside line. That's going to be that 70 machine of Daniel Parks. He's almost there. He's going to push that 40 up the track just a touch here, keeping himself in the draft on that bottom line. There goes Brandon Evans to the top now. 2 by 2 here between Evans, Ham, Huber, and Parks.
Maybe hold on. Everybody's saying hold on. We made it this far. Let's not tear them up just yet. Let's at least wait till the white flag bell lap and then start to tear them up. Evans up top. Here comes Ham down on the bottom. Huber tries to get the shove. Folks, if that would have been the last lap at the checkered, I'm telling you, Ham would have got it by 1/1000th of a second, but it's not over yet. 3 to go. They're slipping. They're sliding. They're door banging, going through 1 and 2. Ham and Evans.
They got to hold on to it now. Oh, and a big wreck at the back, and I think that's going to end it, Jake. No green-white checkers here in this series. I think it's the 81 of Chris Morse Jr.
And that is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. That was going to shape up to be a fantastic finish. There you see Chris Morse Jr., or Christopher Morse Jr., that is, with Chance Taylor lined up right behind him. What happened to Morse Jr. right here? Did he just get a bad bump? Yeah, I mean, no. Got loose. Once again, I mean, he just got loose. Sends it around. There's the 63. That's Tyler White. Unfortunate for him, but I mean, he just snaps loose right there going into 1. Logan, that's something that we've been seeing a lot of here this evening.
Yeah, not a whole lot of downforce on the back of these cars. And, once you get that nose up underneath the back bumper there, that's all she wrote sometimes. And just a little bit too close for Chance Taylor on the back bumper, it appeared. That's going to send him around and back it into the wall. And I'm pretty certain here that this is the end of the race. Jake Ham currently sitting in that number 1 spot. We'll have to see here just shortly what the official ruling is. And coming in from race control, that is it, Jake. This is the race. Jake Ham will be your winner for the season opener of the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 series.
Jake Ham, how about that? Started 4th, and he will end up getting the win here tonight, number 85. Good start for him for the summer series. he will take the checkered flag. Still got to go one more lap, obviously, but eventually, that is how they call it. I mean, Logan, that's the only thing. I love all the old school racing. I love this, but that is one thing that I'm happy that they implemented into today's racing is where they have the overtime. Back then, overtime wasn't a thing, so that's one thing I am happy about that they've got to today. That way, you can get you a green flag finish, but going as far as for old school racing, baby, that's how they always did it back in the 80s. And they didn't extend it for nothing. You got it at the lap, and if a caution comes out, that's it.
Yeah, they made the rules. You got to play by them whenever you try to put on a series such as this. So I'm with you there. I wish we had the green-white checker. These drivers came a long way here all night long, put on one hell of a show. It's a shame to see it finish under yellow this way.
Yeah, but I mean, Logan, we still got a long way to go here for this summer series here for the Cruisin' Classics. Retro 87 series, still a long way to go. We saw the schedule a while ago with what we got going on, for the next couple of weeks. And, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. It's going to throw everybody back to that retro feel of back, when it was NASCAR Winston Cup Series and all that, and such a great, great deal the Goat Lockers got going on right here. So, I mean, a lot of old school tracks. It sure will be a blast to watch each and every one of those. And like I say, it's only going to get better. And there ain't no playoffs out of this neither, as far as I'm concerned. There is no playoffs. So it's just straight points. Whoever's got the best consistency, whoever's got the best record, or honestly, whoever's got the most damn points, they're gonna win this thing. And there's J Cam working his way through 3 and 4. As long as he does not pull a Mark Martin and go down pit road, he will win this race. And it does not look like he is planning on doing that anytime soon. Or will he? Looks like he is going down. No, he is not. I was sitting there thinking if he does, he is going to be the laughingstock of racing. But no, sir, Jake Ham will come across the line, and he will win here tonight at Daytona. Big deal right there for him to get the title, or the season one win, or the race one win here at Daytona. And to be honest with you, Logan, it's not no fluke. Jake Ham was up at the front all night long, and well-deserved win for him.
Yeah, very well deserved. A hard-fought battle from start to finish. Jake Ham coming out with a little bit of luck on the back end, got to that number one spot at the right time. It was a matter of seconds there for the 85 to take a hold of the lead before that yellow flag came out.
Absolutely. There you see him. He's just going to go ahead, gas it up, shoot around through 3 and 4, work his way on down here to the front stretch, where he'll give us a little burnout, give us a little show, maybe back it into the outside retaining wall. That way he'll make sure it passes Tech as he locks it down right here at the line. Folks, your winner here for the season opener for the Cruisin' Classics Retro 87 Series, Jake Ham at the line. He will burn it down. And yeah, go ahead and nose it. Yeah, go ahead and hit the right rear quarter panel. Make it past Tech. That's how you do it. There's James Goshid in the 085. He comes on with a top 5 here tonight. And looks like everybody might be piling in. A couple of them going to shoot through here and spoil the parade for Jake Ham.
It's that 4 Mike Browning getting in there for some burnouts for Bennett. That's still going on. A lot of celebratory burnouts up here. Jake Ham, again, a well-deserved win on the night. What do you say we take it to a quick commercial break here, Jake, before we come back with our post-race results and interviews with our top 3?
Let's do it, folks. We'll be right back here at Daytona.
This month, the most important science magazine in the world, Omni, will present a factual report on real-life dream control. You can actually learn to make yourself dream. Choose any fantasy you wish and control its content just as a director controls the characters and action of his own film. April Omni shows you how, step by step, directly from the Dream Research Laboratory at Stanford University. And Omni speaks in ideas and language that everyone can understand. Test it. April Omni, on sale now.
Listen to the heartbeat. Listen to the
yourself in today's Chevrolet Corvette and listen to your heartbeat.
The heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
Sunday, 3 big showdowns on the ESPN. 2 of the NHL's top teams face off live in their last game before the Stanley Cup playoffs. Then, ESPN previews the most anticipated fight in 10 years. Marvelous Marvin Hagler is getting his long-awaited shot at Sugar Ray Leonard. Plus, the MISL Western Division leader Tacoma Stars battle the Kansas City Comets in an indoor soccer showdown. See it all Sunday on ESPN.
Well, folks, we are back here at Daytona. We're standing by with our race winner, and that is, well, actually, no, we're going to go to the race results real quick. I got jumped ahead of the gun right there. And, well, we'll talk to him eventually here in a minute, but Jake Ham gets the win here tonight. Thrilling fashion, ends under caution, but Jake Ham gets the win. Brandon Evans gets second. Daniel Parks will come home with third here tonight. Ken Huber will get fourth. James Goshen comes home with fifth. Brandon Wallace, good night for him. He will come home in the sixth spot with Kevin Price in seventh. David Calvert will come home with eighth. Casey Jones, in one of the craziest moves anyone has ever seen here on iRacing, he's able to salvage a ninth place finish here tonight. Charles Stevens rounds out the top 10.
Just outside of our top 10, it's at 75. The Gun Show, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, taking home 11th. The 86 of Timothy Wilms will fall in the top 12 here as the last car on the lead lap. Our pole setter, Peter Smetana, in the 24. He'll take home 13th, 1 lap down. The 14 of Chance Taylor right behind in 14th. Then Jamie Lipke in the 16 machine. Christopher Morse Jr., we saw him tied up a couple times in the 81. He'll fall 2 laps down in the 16th position. Tyler White in the 63 finishes out here 5 laps down with the 364 of Zachary Menace in 18th right behind. Michael McCarthy with a rough night for the 3 machine finishes out in 19th after a lot of damage multiple times. And then it's the 43 of Brock Price rounding out our top 20.
Mike Browning in the 4 comes home in 21st here tonight. Skylar Daly will come home in 22nd, matching his car number, ironically. Jacob Lenke will come home 23rd here tonight with Tyler Justice in the 33, finishing 24th. Noah Hogard will come home in the 25th spot with Devin Smith, who started on the outside of the front row. He will finish 26th here this evening. And Patrick Dravick, he just won a ringside seat to watch the very first race for the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 Series. He will come home in the 27th spot. Now we will bring in our podium finishers, and Jake Ham, 85 car, gets it done here tonight. Jake, I got to ask you, are you happy that caution come out? And I mean, because you and Evans, y'all were duking it out, son.
Yeah, a win is a win. I will take it however I can get it, but it would have been fun to, run it to the end there. I think I still would have had it, but at the end of the day, I'll take it the way I got it.
And, Jake, I mean, these cars here at 87s here at Daytona, we saw Brandon Evans, ironically enough, he was bouncing around and everything else in the sim rig. It was rough on him. I mean, was it rough on you, having to deal with the bumps and the bouncing around and, the handling of the cars and everything else? Was it rough on you?
Yeah, I definitely didn't get the body shakes. I don't have the fanciest of sims or anything like he's got, but just even having a direct drive wheel, you have your force feedback set up so high, and I mean, it feels like you're driving the dang car. I mean, even driving down the straights on the back stretch, the tri-oval, those, turn 1, those bumps and, going to 2, I mean, you're really manhandling the heck out of that car. And it got to be quite a handful there. A lot of times we were in pack racing, some good drafting there. You get a good draft going in, like going 220 or something like that, I think. And but I'm gonna have to give my hands a rest, my wrists a rest, probably for a day or so.
Well, before you ease off and get your hands some rest and everything else, Jake, congratulations on the season opening win here tonight at Daytona. Before we let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout outs that you want to thank?
Yeah, heck yeah. I appreciate you guys hosting it. Love to go back, watch the broadcast. obviously, Lincoln Tech, Save 22, and Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, and Mike Browning for the awesome paint schemes, Evil Knievel, and the red, white, and blue that we got going here, and just the entire team that we got. Love to be a part of it. And then Laugh With Me podcast, Jeremy Odom. Look it up on Spotify. Funny Ginger. Anyway, you'll just have to listen to him. And then obviously friends and family for watching.
Jake Ham gets it done here tonight. A win is a win for the 85. Jake, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week, bud.
Thanks, sir.
That was Jake Ham. Gets it done here tonight. Gets the win. Now, Logan, I believe you are standing by with Mr. Brandon Evans.
Yeah, we've got Brandon Evans down here. Looking for him. Just saw him. There he is. Brandon Evans. Got second place here tonight. Just a little bit short here. Just a matter of seconds before that yellow flag came out that Jake Ham got around you. Now, we saw the battle forming all night long. It never really left anywhere around you safe. What was it like out here driving this car for these last 60 laps?
It's like driving. I can't even describe it, man. It's like driving through the highway in South Carolina, dude. There's potholes everywhere. I mean, it's the track is just absolutely crazy. This car, like, it's just bottoms out the shocks and tops out the shocks every corner. Like turn one, there's a freaking mountain. But it's a lot of fun. There's some finesse to it, man. Like you give a lot of respect and props to drivers of this era in this car with no power steering, crappy safety equipment. Literally just it's almost like putting their life on the line, just holding it wide open going into the corner. You kind of saw some of it tonight. Somebody lifts a little bit too early, or you run into the back of them. It's not of like the racing that we see today. So it's always cool to drive this car, and at all of the tracks, the schedule's going to be great. I think it's going to put on a great season, great broadcasting. But yeah, old Daytona, man, it's that one hurt for sure this race, but it's a great track, great car combination for sure.
Well, I hate to break it to you. If you thought tonight was rough, just wait until next week when we take these cars to North Carolina, Rockingham.
Oh, yeah.
That one's going to really put that rig to the test. How are we feeling about setting up for that? Any changes here on the motion rig, or are you still going to send it at 100%?
100%, man. I don't sugarcoat it anymore. When I lived in a condo, I had to turn it down to about 25 or 30%. But now that I'm in my house in a basement on the concrete subfloor, yeah, for sure, I'll leave it on 100%. Rockingham's great. It's kind of like old Daytona, but a lot slower, sharper corners, hard racing, and some finesse as well. It just takes time. It takes time and some patience with this car. I thought the racing was good tonight for sure. So looking forward to a change to a slower paced racetrack with the same characteristics as old Daytona for sure.
Oh, we're looking forward to seeing how you manage this car through the rest of the series. Congratulations on P2. Brandon Evans, who would you like to say thanks to?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Jam Printing and Promotions. I want to thank Cruisin Classics and V-Speed. Man, you guys did such a great job tonight. I tip the hat to you two in the booth, and for sure double tip of the hat to Eddie. I know we talked about it when we were hanging out in Charlotte on Memorial Day weekend. Man, I know he puts a ton of time, more time than anybody watching could understand in development and designing the graphics and coming up with these ideas and putting it on the screen. I was absolutely floored. You could ask my teammates in Discord. I was absolutely floored when I turned this on and saw that it was just this retro filter on the screen. It just made you feel like you were part of that era. And it's just such a great job. So appreciate that. Save 22 and Premier Racing setups as well.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations, Brandon. We'll see you next week when we take it to Rockingham.
Thanks, guys.
Well, folks, I'm telling you right now, that is a blast from the past. And Logan, buddy, always working with you. I got to tell you right now, I'm going to have nightmares out of that wig right there. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Nightmares, not wasting Sunday out of that wig. I'm sorry, but I will. I mean, it could have been the shirt. But anyway, I'm just messing with you. Anyway, but Logan, final thoughts on the season opener here tonight in Daytona. It sure was a blast.
just a hell of a race, Jake. You couldn't ask for a better season opener. You couldn't ask for a better race at Old Daytona in these cars. And then, like I said, man, going from here to Rockingham, track surface is not much different. So expect it to be just as wild all night long next week. It's just going to be a great season. I can't wait to get through all this schedule and just see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy, man. I mean, cannot wait. Obviously, Rockingham will be next week. It's going to be a blast. There you see the schedule. Rockingham, Charlotte, Talladega. Love that one right there. June 24th. That'll be one that everybody will be circling. Obviously, Darlington will be one that everybody will be circling as well. That's old school as well. North Wilkesboro, I mean, I don't know how much more you can get old school than that right there. And then obviously Dover and Old Atlanta. Every single one of these will be broadcasted right here on V-Speed every single Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But folks, that is going to do it for the season opener for the Cruisin Classics Retro 87 series. Obviously, want to thank all of our great sponsors. Got to thank Lincoln Tech, Save 22, Jam Printing and Promotions, Cruisin Classics, obviously, Hidden Brewery, Invets, Nasty's Restaurant and Bar, all our great sponsors here with Goat Locker. It is sure going to be a good one here for this season. And obviously, shout out to every single one of the drivers and the fans, each and every one of y'all, for tuning in and making this what it is. For Patrick Dravick, Jamie Barkis, and everyone at Goat Locker Racing, for Adam Baker and Bradley Cooper at V-Speed. And obviously, our great, awesome producer done a fan-damn-tastic job here tonight, Eddie Smith. And also, for my co-anchor, Logan Thurkill, I butchered the hell out of it, but Logan Thurkill on the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as always, say, be safe, be kind, be fast, and we'll see ya at Rockingham next night. I'm sorry to